Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for our The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories live stream. Just a quick heads up, our team is still working from home, so apologies in advance for any audio or visual glitches that may occur. In today's live stream, we'll be taking a look at Create a Sim, the new world of Tartosa, and the new wedding related events, but this is in no particular order, just some things we'll be covering. If we have any time at the end, then we're going to try to look at some major gameplay objects. Joining me today is SimGuru Rad, SimGuru Morgan, and our art director Cheyenne. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I'm going to pass it to SimGuru Rad to kick us off with My Wedding Stories game pack.
Good morning, everyone. So I wanted to start us here, and we kind of love the world bubble, so I wanted to get a chance to show it off before we jump into the map and everything. So our new world is Tartosa, and it's a really, big game pack world that we hope kind of is a place where you can enjoy love, and whether that's it's a place where you're going to get married, it's a place where you live with the ones you love, or it's a place you come on vacation after, and that anything like that. So this is the world map, and as you can see, we have 9 lots. All of them can be built on or changed, but what we have off the top is 2 starter homes, one here and one here. We have 2 NPC households, here and here, and I will be playing with this household. We have our vacation rental here, a lounge here, 2 empty lots, and then we have one wedding venue that's right here. All of these were created by game changers that we worked with. And in addition to that, in the gallery, we do have 5 additional wedding venue lots that you can place where you want. And we can talk a little bit about that as we're going through. So I'm going to start with this family. And what's interesting about the Markovics is that they're a family that have been together for a long time, but our couple haven't gotten married in, many years. They have a daughter together, but, it's always been on the back burner. And so one of the things you'll see in this household is that they, have a setup ready to have that nice backyard quiet wedding. And so we're going to do that with them today. So the first thing, let me show you our calendar. So wedding events can be created via the computer or the phone or the calendar. And I personally really like the calendar because you can select out further and plan out a wedding, in the future, whereas a computer or phone, you're going to be planning it for that day, which, whatever suits you and whatever you prefer, but just wanted to point that out. So in the Add Wedding event, we have 7 events, so you will see 6 here, and then 1 additional event, which is a vow renewal, which will only show up after you're married. So right now our Sims are only engaged, and so this is what they'll see. We have our batch party, which is kind of that traditional last night out. We wanted to go for a more gender neutral batch party, not specifically a bachelorette party, no gender lines here. We have a rehearsal dinner, which is kind of, the chance to gather together before the wedding. An engagement dinner, which is kind of a celebrating that actual engagement moment. The wedding ceremony, and then the reception for afterwards. And then we have this other one, which is called Family Gathering, which I think Morgan would love to speak a little bit more about.
Yeah, we know that weddings look really different from family to family, and this was sort of the perfect event to sort of be a catch-all, whatever a family gathering might look like for your Sims, whether it's something really casual where you all just hang out on the beach, or something a little bit more formal, like a more traditional Chinese-inspired tea ceremony that you want to invite your family to. We felt like this kind of can meet any culture's sort of expectations for what a family gathering might be, and you can host it at any time along throughout the wedding process.
So we are going to plan a wedding ceremony today, and I want to show you how this is special. So first off, there's the Invite Sims panel, which, should look fairly similar, but what's special about these weddings is that you can select Sims of Honor, an officiant, a flower pal, and a ring bearer. And right now you'll look in here and there isn't anything there. And what you'll need to do is that in game, you're actually going to go and you're going to ask someone, hey, would you be my flower pal? And there are a little bit, there are also a few Sims that can, also ask, like, I would like to be your Sim of Honor, for your wedding. So you can do that a little bit of both directions. And that'll be for Sims that are engaged. That's where you'll be able to do that. And then we have our guest panel. So right now, I'm going to start with Tommy and Camille. So Tommy is our daughter and Camille is our friend. So that's our guest for now. I'll show you a little bit of the gameplay a little later as far as the flower pal, and we'll try to get our daughter to be that person. So the next biggest thing is the select an activity. And so this is really kind of the core of our wedding events. And what we were trying to do here is that we were trying to let you select the things that are right for your Sims, the couples that you're playing with. And so if I say that for this couple, we want to exchange the vows, walk down the aisle, cut the cake, but, we have our daughter there. Maybe we don't want to embarrass her with the kissing, so we'll leave that off for now. We want to dance. We love dancing. And so these are the activities that we're going to do at our wedding. And it's really about choosing and, kind of molding this event to what you and your Sims want. So we'll start there. So the style, this is kind of a place where you get to see how your wedding comes together. So we select the cake also in gameplay. And so you're not going to select it here, but there's a little tooltip here if you need help on how to select the cake for the wedding. I'll show you we'll do that later. We have a guest attire option, so you can come here and select a color. If you want everyone to come in purples or blues, you can select that. I'm going to let people come in their own attire. I'm not that much of a bridezilla. And then we have our edit outfit, which will allow you to select the formal outfit for your wedding couple. You can select it here, go straight into cast. We also have a building in town and we'll show it off that way. So then our last thing is the time and the place. We can choose a park, which is pretty typical of those base game weddings. We do have the new wedding venue, which is a base game venue type that everyone will be getting. And then we have our home. And, as I was talking earlier, the home is set up perfectly for this. So I'm just going to set a nice morning wedding when the sun will be very gorgeous. So now that is on our event. And as you can see, we can actually edit this event, and that's where this style page can be really cool. If I want to come in here and I decide, you know what, we'll go ahead and have some toast, and we'll say the spousal kiss isn't that bad, so we'll do that, and it's done, and it's updated. So, I know I've been kind of talking very fast, but is there anything that Cheyenne or Morgan want to show off before we jump into the other neighborhood? I'm going to show off the actual visuals of this world.
I'm going to take us down that strip of trees that has a beautiful mosaic. It's just one of the super beautiful areas in this town, and I think it's great for taking pictures or just going for a walk with a loved one. And if you want to get the camera around without, I know it can be jarring sometimes, but it would be nice to just see the other areas.
Yep.
Yeah, we really wanted to make sure there were a lot of different romantic sites and places you could go, whether that be for pictures before or after your wedding, or if you wanted to take Sims on dates here, or you're just having a romantic honeymoon evening on the beach. We really wanted to fill this, both of these neighborhoods with locales for romance.
Yeah, and both this and the other neighborhood have the gorgeous blue ocean water, but this one has the benefit of also having the waterfall, so you could have that as a view from your home as well.
It also has the two little the little swans that float around that are in love. That to the right is the Lover's Tree, and we have some really unique and fun lore around it. If you talk to the NPCs that live here, depending on your relationship with them, they have a lot to say about this world and about each other. And I love the history for the Lover's Tree. If you look at it, it kind of looks like two people are intertwined, and there might be some rumors about that. You also get special buffs for swimming in the water here. And that's super romantic, and I love that bridge at night whenever like the fireflies come out. It's a really, really beautiful location.
Then we have
And then that's got to be one of the starters with the best views in the game. Has to be.
So this is our forest neighborhood. And so that's just kind of a quick view. As we said, this area is for swimming, and we have new loungers if you want to come sit here and relax at any point. So I'm going to take us into our other neighborhood, Porto Luminoso, and drop us here on this.
This neighborhood has two beaches that you can visit, and one of them has the empty lot right on it, so you can choose whatever you want to put here, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and both of the neighborhoods in Tortosa are based on different locations in the Mediterranean. So you get the beautiful blue crystal water, the beaches with the nice sunsets, and just a unique location for the Sims to spend time.
So as we mentioned, this is our empty beach lot, and with the additional lots that are in the gallery, there is one that is a wedding venue that is perfect for putting right here on the beach, and the sun sets over the water, so it's a pretty gorgeous evening wedding.
Hey,
Nighttime too,
Cinderad.
because sorry.
Sorry to jump in. Do you mind setting the master volume to the game at like 50%?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this lot is also really nice at night because there's special luminescent algae that glows in the water right off of this shore. There's some cool lore around that too, but it gives your Sims like a special buff whenever you swim there at night together. So that's kind of a cool like romantic activity to do together as well in the neighborhood.
Yeah. So right over here is our lounge. That's kind of a place where you can have your engagement dinners, your rehearsal dinners, any of those. There's a nice little landing over here if you want. We've got just a lot of places to like walk around and explore. Up here, we've got our Thebe estate, which is our other pre-made family, and there's a lot of fun, lore between the two families.
And maybe a call out to one of like my favorite historical Sims characters of all time ever.
That most people should know if you know Sim Girl. And then back here, I just wanted to mention that, if you aren't really if your Sims aren't really all for the big hustle and bustle of a wedding, or you kind of want to have that story of like, oh my gosh, it's all too much, let's just get married. And this is our kind of city hall, and you can just come here and get married. So that is available to you if you want. Our food in this neighborhood is kind of a cultural mix, and so over here we have some Indian food. And then
depending on which packs you own, you might see more food options, but there's a really nice array even if you just own this pack.
And then I'm gonna spin us around, and it might be a little much. Over here we've got our Chinese food that you can order. Same with the Indian food of how it might be a bigger list if you own some other packs. We've got our flower cart, where you can buy flowers, and then you can also buy your wedding bouquet. And then we've got our cake patisserie stand, where you can order some cake slices, and you can kind of get that chance to taste test the different types of cake. And then you can purchase a smaller variety of the cakes. You can also cook the cake with the gourmet cooking skill, or you can order one online. So let us come over here. I wonder if we can get our Sims to sit here together.
Along the lines of taste testing, we do have like a new buffet table where you can place down food, and the food that you can place on it are the same as the market stalls here. So if you want to also taste test that food, that's another thing you can do. This fountain, sorry.
Oh, go for it.
I was going to say this fountain's really romantic looking, and it's sort of the perfect little centerpiece to the square area. And we were really excited to get sitting in for, I imagine, what Rebecca's going to show.
Yeah.
This area is really gorgeous at night, too. String lights and the lights from the shops are gorgeous.
So, like a couch, you can kind of have a few of those romantic interactions here on this lovely fountain, and I think it's really gorgeous. As you'll see right here, we've got the two Sims from our trailer, Dominique and Cam, and they are a little bit older, and they've come here and they've, gotten the chance to live here after everything that went on in their lives.
They're really in love with this area. One of them has become like a painter. I believe that's Camille, and you'll often find her here in this square painting. And if you talk to her and you get friendly with her, she might tell you some of like the best locations to find scenic areas around. And then Dominique is the town historian, and some of my favorite interactions are with her, where if you really get to know her and talk to her, she'll tell you so much about this area and the history, and there's some of my favorite things you can find out through her.
So we just went into the dress shop, and so here you'll be able to choose the formal outfit for your Sim and select that one, and it will show up right in the wedding planner. So I'm going to kind of just like click through these real quick, just kind of the general shapes. So we have two suits, and then we have the jumpsuit that you saw in the trailer. We have it with and without a little cape. And then we have a bunch of dresses, and I'll let Cheyenne talk as I'm clicking through the rest.
Yeah, a lot of the dresses, almost all of them, I think, have white and red colors if you want like more traditional colors for your wedding. But we also have other color variants, so you can have some of the bride dresses used as like bridesmaid type dresses or mother of the bride dresses, or if you just want to go to a fancy event, you've got more options. And that's one of our beautiful Indian inspired dresses. And we also have some with traditional Chinese influence.
Yeah. So I've got a few more here. I'll just skip through them quick. And I'm sure that you'll get the chance to really sit down and explore these. I think they're gorgeous, and we could probably take up the whole live stream just going through them, but we won't do that too.
Yeah, the team did a great job on them, and some of them have a new look to them, which allows a little bit more of the ethereal, translucent look to dresses that makes them feel fresh and bright and light.
So there are also some new variants of base game to some of the to some of the older outfits to match our color palettes.
Yeah, and those will be coming out with the patch. So when you see the patch notes, we'll hopefully have some images so you can know exactly which outfits do have new variants for you. So let's get him a little cleaned up and ready for the wedding with his suit. So he's got a nice...
Sorry, good. I was just gonna say that's one of my favorite new outfits this pack is this cute little like suspender outfit.
Yeah, it's a really cute outfit. I mean, if we do it in like a nice black or a suit color, we could leave that, but I think I'd like to go for a more formal suit for him.
For the feminine assets as well as the men's clothes, we have variants that look more formal, and then many of them also have options for a more rustic or casual look.
Yeah, and then one of the other things that we've added this pack, which you'll find here under necklaces, is our boutonnieres. And so we have a few different varieties with quite a few different colors, and you can find which ones are right for your sim. I think I like this one. I know his daughter has a nice red dress for her formal outfit, so I'm gonna choose that just in her honor.
Yeah, I like the succulent ones a lot.
And let's see if we can get her to come into cast real quick.
It feels really nice coming into the square and like before your wedding doing like your shopping and doing the cake and looking at your dresses, and it was really important, I know, to the design team to have that moment where you were kind of like in game doing the planning. You can also do it quicker just through menus if you want, but this is really fun to be able to play it out as well, depending on how you want to set up for your wedding.
Yeah, and that's something is we don't want, it's about the gameplay. We don't want you to be stuck in menus the whole time. So I really love this dress in the back and just that little detail. So I'll probably leave her in this outfit when we do leave, but let's just show off some of the other options. And then for the girls, actually, we did update their dress in the free holiday pack that we have. That dress will have now a few more colors. Oh, I was going to take off feminine, and then we have this suit that is that's the suit for this pack, and then the base game suit also has a few new colors. So whatever fits your Sims personality. And I realized I forgot to show off the hairs, but we do have these hairs available to our children, including this one, which you probably saw in the trailer. This one, I think, was the other one that didn't necessarily get to see all the way around, and it's got a very nice little bun and these little pearls everywhere. But we'll go back to this hair. Her.
And then adults have one that's kind of like that long one, but with like a veil over the front that comes in one with a lot of white veils and one with a lot of multicolored veils.
Okay, so now that we've gone through cast, let us come and grab a bouquet from here so that we have that for our wedding.
In this town, the guy that runs the bouquet shop's name is Faiz, and he is sort of a hopeless romantic in one of our new pre-made Sims in this pack. He doesn't live in a house, but there are a few of those like Dominique and Camille that you can see around town and talk to, and if you wanted to play.
I'm just grabbing a handful of bouquets. I'm not sure which one we want to choose yet, but you can kind of hold them and see them in person. And we'll do this on our own lot, but if you take them out, you'll see that they have a little bit of a glass face that you can keep them, for as long as you want. Let's see. We can go cake test, but my Sim's actually a really good cook, so I'm gonna just go ahead and let her make her own cake. And let's show off these two other lots, and then we'll get back into the other neighborhood. So this one is our rental lot that you can come vacation at, and I think it honestly has the best view anywhere in either of these neighborhoods. So
that one's really beautiful.
And so the backyard's really nicely set up for you to just enjoy the view.
Yeah, especially in that hot tub.
Yeah. And then we've got this little starter home over here on this kind of like private island that you can enjoy for yourself. So that is the most of these neighborhoods. I'm going way too fast. Oh, sorry.
I wouldn't mind pointing out too that we have
right.
new sand interactions.
Yes,
So
perfect. Let's pull you down onto the beach here.
you can do like children can play in the sand, even if you don't own Sulani in this neighborhood. But for adults, teens and older, we added some fun new interactions where they can draw in the sand. And you can draw in the sand in Sulani as well if you have this pack, but drawing in the sand is specific. So something romantic is you can draw hearts together, and they sort of change your emotion, you know, based on like what kind. You can draw smileys, stars, or hearts together. And it's just a really fun, cute activity. We also have a set of collectibles in this pack that are message in a bottles. So specifically in this world, on this beach and the other beach to the right, sometimes you'll see mounds pop up. And if you dig through the mound, you might find a message in a bottle. There are 20 message in a bottles in total, 5 different types. And they all have a unique appearance. They're really pretty, but whenever you click on them, you can read the messages inside, and there are some really fun messages. And it's ended up being one of my favorite things about this pack. You can find out about the Sims that lived here, some from the past, some that are present, and even Sims from other neighborhoods have sent messages that have washed up here. And it's really fun to explore those.
So there's that, and I will get us heading back so we can get to our wedding. So one of the things we talked about earlier was being able to select specific Sims to do to be certain jobs at our wedding. So I'm going to go ahead and ask our daughter if she wants to be our flower pal at the wedding. So looks like she's thinking about it, and okay, successful. So let's open up this wedding, and we can.
I always think it's funny when she says no.
She has said no to me in the past when I've done this, and it's kind of sad. I was just being kind of bratty that day, but today she said yes at least, so that's nice. And then, you know, just as a quick view of what I was discussing earlier is now that we've changed their outfits in formal, and okay, sorry, and here is where you can see that setup. Sorry, Andy is letting me know that the audio is still a bit loud. Let me see what I can do. Pull everything down a bit. Hopefully that'll help out. Okay. So that is, we've selected her as our flower pal, so we can show you how that works. And then we have a few guests, you know, just our couple in the background. So while we are doing that, so as I mentioned, from the computer, we do have the option to order a wedding cake. And so here's where you can see where all the different wedding cake types are. And there's about 9 different shapes of cakes, and then within each of those there's a varying number of colors and visuals, and there's different flavors on the inside, but they so that'll be something that you can see if you want to go taste the cakes in the town center. So I really like some of the ones that we've done that have kind of a nod to our other occults and other packs. So obviously we had the beachy cakes, and we have like a plasma cake. So those are kind of fun. But let us go ahead and bake a cake for now. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or have me show off while we're in the middle? Oh, I know what I can show off. The tea set. So here, I'm going to have her make some dinner real quick so nobody tries to eat our cake. And he can come over and show off the tea if you want to talk about that, Morgan.
Oh, this is one of my new favorite objects in like out of all the packs. We added a tea set. We actually added 2 tea sets. We have an English inspired tea set and a Chinese inspired tea set. And we really wanted to make them accurate. So with the Chinese tea set, there aren't handles, and with the English tea set, there are handles, and they hold them a little bit differently. Each tea set has 3 different variants, and they're all really beautiful. Yeah, you can come over, and as you saw, you have a lot of tea options that you can create, and you can steep your tea and then pour it, and then serve your tea. And what's really nice is if you have tea during one of your wedding ceremonies, you get a few special interactions that let you serve it either kneeling or bowing when you serve it, and those are specific to wedding ceremonies to sort of support those traditions. But in general, you can just serve them like a normal way if you'd like. But I love the new tea sets. And this is a really beautiful home too.
Yeah, so did you want to talk a little bit about the different creators that we worked with while I'm waiting for everyone to eat? I don't want them to eat my cake. So.
We worked with Catherine Games, and we also worked with Ice Mun Mun, Bimlessy, and Hey Harry to build all of our lots this pack. And it was really exciting to see the variety of different wedding venue ideas they had and that we could make. And they did a really amazing job. It's always a great experience getting to work with the Game Changers to build those.
Yeah, so here, I'm going to have her make us a wedding cake. And we're doing a kind of a small wedding, so we don't need a huge cake. So I'm just going to do this little 2-tiered.
Yeah, that's a cute cake. I think that's the heart-shaped one. It's very romantic.
Sure, you'll show it off later too, but I love the little toppers that you can add to the cakes as well. It feels like there's just such a variety you can get with them.
Yeah, and once we have a cake out, we can show this off. There's I love the options that you have, and they match with so many different things, and you can choose what's right for you and your Sims.
I know it was important that we kind of added in, like you could pay to get all of this stuff, or you could make it yourself and kind of have like that less expensive wedding. Same thing with like the flowers. I know if you have seasons and you have the flower arranging table, you can create some of your own bouquets instead of just buying the bouquets, which is also very cool, I think.
Yeah, and they're a specific set of bouquets that you can get through that, and that's just because, you know, they're special flowers in that pack. So as you can see, these are how the bouquets look if you place them in the world, and you can kind of keep them as long as you want. And they can become decor for the rest of, you know, for whenever you want.
That ET one's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so now that we have our cake, we can show the new cake toppers. So here we've got a large variety of cake toppers, as you can see. And again, we've tried to add all of these filters so that you can, you know, more easily go to the different styles. We've got like cute little ghosts and bat and a palm tree as kind of those call outs to our other occults. We've got some, you know, Sims, like mini sim figs. And I think that the roses script, like this one looks really good on this cake. And then just a cute little thing that one of our designers added in was inscribing the wedding cake topper. So we can just say, and so when if you decide that you want to keep the wedding topper after the cake, it'll go into the inventory, and then you just have that nice little, sentiment. So,
I could definitely see decorating my house with like the flower bouquet I used and that wedding cake topper and having mementos from the wedding.
I'm gonna put this in our fridge for now. It is now nighttime, so let us see if we can get ourselves to tomorrow. And so we can show off some of the interesting gameplay around weddings themselves.
See some of the beautiful lighting around the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Is can show off kind of good slow.
Up by the bridge, there's fireflies. That's one of my favorite spots here at night.
Okay, let's go check that out while our Sims go off to. There we go. Yeah. Pretty.
And there's little frogs too hopping around. It's just really a lovely spot.
Yeah, well, we were practicing for this. SimGuru Steve reminded me of first-person mode, so I'm sure that like walking along here and that might be really gorgeous at night. See if we can get our Sims to sleep. I know it's an exciting day tomorrow, so maybe they'll have a little trouble sleeping, but
I think Cheyenne might also not mind talking about the sort of wedding decorations and what we did with florals for that.
To put the camera in the backyard, we can talk about kind of what's there. Oh, yeah. So this is a really, really lovely setup that our wonderful game changer has made. I love the flowers, but if you have Sims that don't necessarily love flowers or want a different style of decor, we have a variety of options. We've got those chairs without the flower backing. We have new wedding arches, more variants, swatches on like things like the sign, so it can fit with any wedding style. And I think Rebecca will show more off later, but we just got like a lot of colors and options on pretty much everything, like different dance floor textures, to really give you the tools to create the wedding of your dreams.
Piano there is one of my new favorite objects in this pack as well. I know I keep saying that. I guess I can't pick. Maybe it's still the tea set, but I also really like the piano.
Yes, the piano's gorgeous. Back hidden under these little pergola type things are the new bar and the bar back, which are nice. And then the bar back also has space so you can add things to it if you want to put like a photo or something in there or more flowers. You can totally do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I might be able to. Like you
Yeah.
or over here on a. So yeah, that's I really like that. I think my favorite's the piano, and it came in pretty early while we were working, and like I think we were excuse me. We had just started working on the pack. And it came in, and I was just like, that's gorgeous. And it was the first thing we saw.
Yeah. There's also different options for the aisle. Right now, I think we've just got the one that has the flower petals on the side, but you can also choose one that's totally invisible in live mode. So you could put anything under it you want, if it's sand or if it's a rug or whatever. And then we have some other options that are they look like aisle runners.
Yeah.
And all different lengths too. Like there's 3 different lengths, maybe.
Yes, 3 different lengths, kind of like a short, medium, and long. I believe we have the short here in the backyard, and then the two varieties that you guys were mentioning.
We don't see it here too much on this lot. If we have time, it would be great to look at some of the other lots created by the Game Changers, but we also have new build assets to help provide more options for locations.
Yeah, I love the stained glass windows.
Yeah, there's some gorgeous stained glass windows. There's new windows that kind of match the vibe of the town that we're in. Doors, arch. Yeah, there's a handful of those.
I love, because of the environment, how a lot of these buildings have a very open feel with it, and you have like the windows that are open that don't necessarily have glass, and it feels very Mediterranean inspired to me.
Yeah, that's something that's really beautiful in the rental lot. Sorry, I was like residential. That's not the word I'm looking for. But the rental lot I know has some really gorgeous open windows, as does this one. Okay, so our wedding is about to start. Nerve-wracking. Okay, so as you'll see, we've gotten our activity list that'll show up right here, and this is kind of, it's kind of a chance to remind you what you wanted to do. If you decide not to do it, that's okay. It's all about what's your wedding. And if you hover over them, they'll kind of tell you how you can complete each of these. So I'm going to see if we can get everyone to come gather here. And that's an interaction that's specific to the guests of the wedding. So if your sim couple won't necessarily come and do that. Did my guest show up? Well, guest didn't show up. Interesting. Oh, they were busy.
What's nice about those activities at the top left there are you can do them, but you also don't have to. Just because we didn't want your wedding day to be ruined by not getting to everything, you can kind of like plan and be flexible. And you can also do activities that aren't listed there. So just because these Sims didn't select tea as an activity, if they still wanted to do that and change their mind, they could still click on the objects and have the interactions available. They won't be restricted.
So it looks like Camille did show up. Don't know where Dominique is, but so you can send your Sims down the aisle. You can send them up the aisle, down the aisle, and there's a few special interactions. So now we're going to send down Tommy as our flower pal. I'll wait for Camille to take her seat. There, Dominique. Sorry, mix that up for a moment. Send down our flower pal, which is our daughter. See if she will. She might be too interested in being seated, so we'll just help her along.
It's important that they stay seated.
Now she doesn't want to sit. She was doing it perfectly the other day, and that's just how Sims like to be. So I'm gonna bring Lucia here and get her to walk down the aisle. Okay, so we're going to hold our bouquet and then walk down the aisle. So just have that kind of, beautiful moment of her getting to walk down. And we'll put this away and get to, that is not what I told you to do, but okay. We're gonna come back and exchange vows and kiss.
If you saw there are a lot of interactions. Like you can do this with an officiant that you've preset or without, and just kind of give you your choice on what this moment looks like.
And you'll see like the Sims here are kind of, you know, reacting to the moments of them saying their vows and having that special moment with each other. And, you know, kind of one of the hopes that I know are looks like the passerbys kind of caught a wave of that moment of real emotion. But kind of our lead designer really wanted that, you know, if you're sitting here, you could have that emotional moment of just being there with your Sims. And he was like, I want to make the player cry. And so I hope that, you know, with being able to set up the wedding, that you really want that we get that moment and, with you all together. Okay. Might be done. Okay. And then we can.
I love the different outcomes on it too. There's one where they go to kiss and they bonk heads, and it's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, I seem to pause there for a moment. I guess we're not quite done.
Oh, maybe they'll bonk heads.
Well, cross my fingers for you that we'll get that cute one. Nope. But
Oh, the new animations.
It was still sweet.
yeah. And, you know, as just a reminder, this is just the wedding because we felt like this was the one that we could show off the best for everyone. You know, kind of the thing about weddings is that you can do a lot of different events over a lot of different days, and that just doesn't quite show up well on stream. So don't forget that we do have all of the other events that we kind of showed off. So let us show off is sending 2 Sims down the aisle. So we're going to have Sia and Mateo. And there. Uh-oh, I clicked it wrong. This is my fault. This is not the Sims. So send up is going to go one direction and send down is going to go the other direction based on the way that you have the wedding aisle set up. And that's just how it is. We just want to make sure that they know which way you're sending them. So that was my fault. That was not the Sims. Okay, and so our ceremony is over. So now we are going to start working on everything else and having our, you know, after the ceremony moment. So we're going to serve some food. So you can serve different types of food here. And I'm going to have everyone time to eat. So try and get everyone to come over here and eat something.
Those group interactions are really nice for controlling the flow of your wedding with everyone doing stuff together.
Yeah. Oh my. See if we can get them to. Okay, so we'll have them eat. Let's see. Didn't actually fill the fountain. We got a fountain full of cheese, and I didn't put the fountain full of cheese. It's very important. Is there anything you guys want to have me show off?
The toasting bucket is very cool. Dancing and then your wedding cake, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to clean up so that we can get the wedding cake out here. Did I? Oh no. I guess I didn't put the wedding cake away properly, so I'm going to just grab a new wedding cake. You didn't see anything. Yeah, 2-tiered. And we do also have some fruit cakes for those of you that are maybe really enjoyed the fruitcake welcome wagon. Let's see. Is there another plate? No, there's not another plate. So now we're good there. And we'll get the wedding topper back out here. Okay, and let's see if we can get our Sims to cut the cake together. And he is feeling very playful today. Oh.
This is another one that has like different outcomes. And I think the different outcomes are really nice because it means if you have different Sims that are doing these interactions on different weddings, you might have like a completely different wedding story, you know? And I think that makes it really fun. Like even beyond just that you can determine what activities people are doing or what events you hold, there's also like if you cut the cake on two different Sims, it might turn out differently, you know?
Yeah, it was working perfectly earlier. Oh, fine. We'll just feed it together. And then we can have that cute moment of eating the cake together. And other people can start eating cake. Just not cooperating with me today.
Could see the different cute insides of the cakes.
Yeah, this one's nice, like got like a fruity layer in the middle there. I'm gonna have Mateo give us a toast after he finishes his cake. The cake's very important.
Oh, we're waiting. Something I think we didn't talk about that's really nice is we made a new wedding venue, which is a new lot type that you're getting for free with base game. Obviously, if we have this pack, there's like a bunch of new objects, you can really flesh them out, but that way everyone can search for wedding venue even if you don't have this pack and share their venues that they've made. And yeah, so that's something that's new as well.
So we've had, kind of our toast moment and everything. And then I'm going to turn on some romance music and have our first dance together.
We have two types of dancing. We have sort of like the group dancing that's almost like more Macarena style where everyone's doing the thing together. But also, as you're about ready to see, when they're not doing this, slow dancing, which is really, really, really great to see in The Sims.
Yeah.
And you can also have an adult dance with a child as well. And you can see there's lots of really sweet little like changes and things they do in the middle of dancing. But you can also do interactions where you click on the other person you're dancing with and you can have special moments. Depending on how you feel about each other. For example, if you're dancing with someone you don't know and they might try to kiss you, then your sim will be like, oh no, and they'll react differently. So that's also very fun. But obviously these two are very close. So it's just a really romantic dance.
Yeah. And I think so we'll let them continue dancing together. Is there anything that else you want me to show off, or should we start touring other places and showing off any of the other gameplay objects that we don't have?
Showing off the objects is nice.
Yeah. I'm going to let me see if we've got anything else that. Okay. I'm gonna cancel this so we can go to another lot and show off the lot. Go into build mode here, and we can just kind of show off a few of the objects real quick, as fast as possible. We do have a few new styled rooms that you can look at, but so one of the fun things is we've got the chairs with and without the flowers, so that you can select those. Anything specific you guys want me to pull out of?
I love that. The pink chair you just grabbed, it's also available in clear, which is really nice if you want like a more modern or more minimalistic looking wedding.
Grab the same chair twice on accident.
Yeah, that one's really nice for more rustic weddings. But with all the color variants, you could really mix and match and make almost anything fit in any wedding.
So this is the lounge chair.
I think it's
That's
cool that lounge chair is
tables.
portable too, so you can take it with you. I think we only had one portable lounge chair before, so maybe, I don't know. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and then we've got 3 sizes of this dance floor. It comes in quite a few varieties.
Yeah, some really nice textures on there.
We've got 2 of these buffet, like kind of buffet tables with 1 fountain, and then you saw the toasting bucket earlier. Let's
Got
see.
some nice variants too. Some without a script on the front and some with.
Yeah.
Oh, all the wedding arches are lovely, and there are some new variants on the base game wedding arches as well that are coming out free.
Yeah, so those are some table flowers that you can put on the table and your guests can actually see each other. The big left floral item is one of my absolute favorites. It's so nice for either framing an arch or an entryway.
And then I like the new pergola, and I like that you can set down 2 of them kind of like up against each other and make it like one super pergola, or just have the smaller one, or
yeah, it also goes nicely right up against a wall if you want to shade your guests or your family for dinner or anything.
Yeah. And then we saw some of these, and we've got the ones with and without the lights and flowers. We've got a few different like table decorations. I'll place these down and come over here at some point. And then here's the aisles that we were talking about. So it just kind of looks like it, like you can kind of see where the outline is. And when you go into live mode, you won't see those outlines. And you can see the little heart. And that's what I was mentioning earlier, is that's the way to send you down the aisle. And if you send them up the aisle, they'll start from the hearts and go up. And these little hearts are kind of made so that you can have them surrounding the aisle and have those kind of cute things. And then, of course, there's a lot of things that you're not seeing in here with all the different cakes and the different toppers and bouquets, just because those are part of, the game and being able to play through those. So.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the brighter, more colorful versions, but we do have dark variants of almost everything too, if you want a more kind of moody feeling wedding.
Yeah, and here, let me see. I think one of these arches is really gorgeous this one's really gorgeous in this darker color.
You can see some of the build assets down there at the bottom as well for the new objects that we've added for building.
Yeah.
And those curtains are also really great. You can use them to cover a whole wall, and you could do like one color for the background of the curtains, and then you can do another color on the tied up versions, and it makes an area look really formal.
You're seeing it there with the stained glass. They have the really colorful, beautiful stained glass variants, but also just some more simple black and white and clear window versions. So they're pretty nice for whatever style you're trying to do.
Got these nice curtains that like layered on top of each other look really, really cool. So
that ball right there goes on water, so you can like set it on a little fountain. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I believe it's a light also, so you can illuminate areas.
Let's see. Ta-da!
Yay!
It's like, I'm pretty sure it is. We'll see. So, hey, it sounds like we need to be wrapping up. So is there any last things that you wanted to share?
Of our game changer built lots, we tried to make them the same size as our other wedding venue lot, and we have a few of those 50 by 40 lots around so that you can place them throughout the world wherever you might like to add more wedding venues if you want, or replace the one that is there if one of those speaks more to you. But also there's one that was made perfect for Newcrest. that we've added in. So if you wanted a new crest wedding venue, and then Rebecca also called out the perfect little one for the beach in the other neighborhood as well. So it's nice to have those pre-built wedding venue options that the Game Changers made that are all gorgeous. That's it for me.
Cheyenne, did you have anything else you wanted to share?
No, I'm excited for players to get in here and start exploring all the options, and excited to see different wedding combinations that go up on the gallery.
Yeah, I think that the fact that it'll be available in base game for everyone, like it means that people are going to be doing all of these different combinations. Mm-hmm. And when we build for the packs, we're only allowed to use base game and the current pack, so it'll be really nice to see what kind of combinations people make up with all the other packs that are available, just because that's not what we were able to put together for our own buildings. So I think that is our time for today. And I hope that you guys will get the chance to see this and really get to enjoy the romance of it and everything. And thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and happy Black History Month. I am seriously so excited for all of the goodness that is coming in the month of February, but today we are going to be talking about